Every business needs a style guide. It's the difference between a suit that you got off the rack and a suit that was custom tailored for you. A style guide helps you determine what makes your business stand out so you don't just look like all of your competitors out there. Every time you create a piece of content, every time you create a new template, when you go to update your website, your social media marketing, whatever it may be, it's really important to look consistent across the board. Your brand style guide is more than just a list of colors and fonts that you're going to use. It's the foundation for all of your marketing material. I'm Ashley Deering, CEO of Deering Media, a digital marketing agency based here in New Brunswick, Canada. I help busy business owners show up consistently online and build communities, thus translating them into dedicated followers and eventually paid clients. I do this via my signature method, the Flourishing Founders Flow. This is an online course which I will be launching in May. It's something that I already use with my clients today, and today I'm going to break down one of the chapters for you for free. So if you're ready to create your brand style guide so you can stay consistent across multiple platforms, this is the video for you. Let's go. So as we discussed before, a brand style guide is more so for the aesthetic parts of your business. So yes, you have things like your brand voice and stuff like that, and we definitely dive further into that in the Flourishing Founders Flow course, which is launching in May. But for today, we are going to focus on the aesthetic side of things, and by the end of this video, you are going to have your own brand style guide. How exciting is that? Okay, so before we jump into things, I'm actually going to give you guys a free template today. So this is a Canva template, and it is a brand style guide. So first things first, let's head over to my website. The link will be in the description, but I'll also leave it here. It's ashleydeering.com/opt-in. So by going to this link here, you will be enrolling in my weekly social media marketing newsletter. This is where I share weekly trends and tips directly to your inbox so you don't have to go weave through the sea of content on social media to find those things for yourself. This is amazing for busy business owners that just want to batch shoot their content once in a while and want an easy place to go grab content from. So you'll fill out the form, you'll be enrolled in the newsletter, and then the first email you'll receive from us has your guide in it. Once you have your guide, we're ready for the next step. So now it's time to pull inspiration. If you already have established colors, a mood board, fonts, and things like that, and you're just looking to put this into the template, you can skip this step. If you are just getting started, then this step is for you. So before you even start plugging in colors and things into this template, you need to find inspiration for your brand. There's so many different ways to go about this, but the first place I always go is Pinterest. Pinterest is great for finding mood boards, color schemes, inspiration from other creators. I'll actually go and create my own folder for whatever rebrand I'm doing and pull in all sorts of inspiration. It doesn't need to make sense yet, even if it's just, I really like the colors in this photo. Grab that. There's a reason for it. Try to find content that aligns with the emotions, the feeling, and the results that you want to give to your client. Another great starting point is schemecolor.com, which I'll also leave in the description down below. This is a fantastic place as they have endless color palettes for you to choose from. So the next step is create a Canva account if you don't already have one. Canva is what I like to call the easy-to-use online Photoshop. It is my go-to tool for all design work. So if you don't already have a Canva account, they are free to create, but you will need the paid tool for things like resizing a design, transparent images. All the bonus features that Canva has are behind the paid version. I'm a Canva affiliate, which means if you use the link in the description below, you'll get a 14-day free trial of the Canva Pro account. You don't necessarily need it for this tutorial, but if you want to try it out and you're interested, go check out that link in the description below. Our next step is establishing the branding elements that you're going to include in this guide. Now that you've established an overall look for what you want your brand to feel like and look like, now we actually have to put that into action. So some common elements that you may want to consider are things like your logo, the color scheme, the font type, pulling some photos from Pinterest to help with your mood board, and also kind of considering, I know we're talking about aesthetics, but I always like to consider what we want the URL of our website to be and what we want our social media handles to be, just so we can kind of work all of those things in together. Now that you have Canva, Canva has all sorts of templates and ways for you to design your own logo within it, so I would recommend playing around with that to create your logo before you jump into this template. Okay, so now let's get into the fun stuff. How do we use this template? We've gathered our inspiration, we have an idea for the brand, we've created our logos, we have everything together. Now, how do we put it together into this wonderful guide? That's what I'm gonna walk you through now. So start by opening up that email that you got by signing up for the newsletter, and it will prompt you to open up Canva in your web browser, and it'll ask you if you want to make a copy of this template. Say yes. By doing this, it'll create your own copy of the template that you can fully customize, change however you want, and it doesn't affect the master copy for everybody else. So first things first, we have 2 spots for a logo. So we have a spot for your main logo and we have a spot for your icon/secondary logo. So go ahead and drag in your logos to those spots. Then we come down a little further and we have the colors. So these are the main colors of your business. So you have a primary color, usually have a secondary color, an accent color, and a text color. And then you can have maybe 2 more accents if you want to have that included as well. You can customize these boxes if you want to make them smaller or bigger, so you can include more or less, you can do that as well. And then make sure, so once you put in the color that you want, make sure that you're copying and pasting the actual HTML code and putting it in that caption section below. Just makes it so much easier that if you're not designing your designs in the future, or if you're handing something off to a web designer, you have this beautiful, easy to use sheet that you can just hand off to them and they can get what they need from it. Thing is the typefaces, so the fonts. So you have a header font, you have a body font, and then you have an accent font. So that's kind of how you would build your font scheme, and you can put those in there. And then you can also, you can see how it's the whole alphabet and stuff like that. What that does for you is actually allows you to see what those characters are all going to look like before you start using them. Also, like I mentioned before, not necessarily aesthetic, but very important when you're coming up with your brand image is what are your usernames going to be? Are they available across multiple platforms? And can you match your URL with that as well? Images/mood board, I really like having a section where we can just kind of dump photos and things that inspire us. So when we go to create content, we can always go back and look and get that feeling again. Once you filled out all these sections, make sure that you save it and keep it somewhere safe. It'll stay automatically on Canva, but then you can also forward it to anyone who's on your team or works on your brand on a consistent basis. Bonus tip. Did you know that Canva allows you to establish your brand kit within it? So once you have these fonts selected, once you have these colors chosen, once you have your logos created, you can actually go directly into Canva and establish your brand kit. So when you are going and you're creating templates or you're customizing templates, it's even easier to just go in and grab those very quickly to make it yours and to help you stay consistent. So creating a brand guide may seem like a daunting task, but I do hope with this template and with these tips of this walkthrough that you were able to complete your own brand guide today. If you haven't already, go and sign up for the newsletter, and that will send you the free brand style guide. When you have a clear, concise guide, you can show up consistently and almost effortlessly across all platforms that you decide to present your business on. So what are you waiting for? Start creating your brand style guide today. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me. I really hope you learned something today and that this will help you stay consistent across all channels. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I put out new videos about social media marketing every Monday/Tuesday. I'm Ashley Deering, and thank you again for tuning in. Bye guys.